sketch out. Typically there's kind of a curve where the upper lip comes in. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to do the top lip. So I'm going to come from here and come up just a little bit. And depending on who you're drawing or the type of person you're drawing will depend on how this Cupid's bow appears. That's that indent on your top lip. So it might be deeper for some people, nearly invisible for others. Your lip can be thinner, it can be wider, it just depends on who you're drawing. And then I'm going to come down for the bottom lip below that line. And again, the fullness is going to depend on who you're drawing. Try to remember to draw as light as possible so that you can easily erase. Then what we're going to do, this is just a very general pair of lips, then we need to start shading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the outside near the corners of the mouth, and I'm just going to work on the top lip first. And I'm going to go ahead and start shading from dark and just getting a little bit lighter. And you can hold your pencil like this if you're more comfortable with that, or you can try to color with it as you hold it to write, but you have a little more control over the pressure this way. So I'm just going from dark to light, and as I get to the other corner, I'm going to go a little bit darker again. And then I just want to blend that. So I'm just going to come back in and re-emphasize my center line, and then I'm going to start to blend it. You can use a tissue. We're going to actually be using something called blending stumps when we get to our final project, and we'll do a little practice with those as well. But you want to you might have to go back a few times and adjust it so it's not, you want it to flow really nicely from one shade into another, not stop dramatically in the middle of your artwork. And again, you can use your finger, you can use a tissue, or we're going to use a blending stump on our final projects. And maybe I want to go in and I want to add like a little bit of a kind of a shadow in there. The edge of the lips. And then I'm going to start the bottom lip. Now with the bottom lip, I really want to show the roundness of the lip. So I'm going to use my pencil sideways and color as lightly as I can, but coloring with a curve so that I can get that curve feeling of the lip. Getting a little darker at the corners again. And I'm going to leave a little bit of a light area somewhere on the lip to show a reflection or a highlight. So I'm going to kind of start curving the other way when I head towards the other side of the mouth. And I'm going to start to blend that again. And just clean it up as you go along. And you'll probably have to go back and adjust, go back and detail it a little bit, re-emphasize that center line so you can really see that where the two lips are separate. Might come in and just adjust. Add a little bit of shadowing underneath this. You can even go in and add a little more detail by adding in things like the lines that show on the lips. And you want to do that very lightly. Very, very lightly. You don't want to have big gashes in your lips like it looks like they got cut. They're just the little creases in your lips. And you're going to have to keep going back and working with your shading. That's why I'm suggesting you do multiple practices of this and practice a lot on the shading if you want to get a really great final artwork. So just keep adjusting, keep going back, erasing. Draw as lightly as you can to begin with. And do multiple practices so that you really get some experience and can understand the steps that work the best for you. Take a look at other videos. Try to find an approach that works the best for you. And if you have questions, please ask me, but don't give up after just one attempt. Try multiple times to practice.